watch this debate.
I'm gonna go make myself some popcorn, man.
You know you don't like popcorn.
Oh, I like the butter popcorn. The butter.
I hope we started everything. I hope everything's good.
Looks How's like everyone doing tonight?
Good. 1 second. Just
What's
want to make
up?
sure the connection's good. Let me make sure. It's playing through. Okay, it's playing through. Great. Okay, so we're good on that. And let me just make sure. I need to get something to eat, bro. I've actually ate today, but just water and yogurt and worked out, and that's it. I ate a lot yesterday. Not happy about it.
I'm excited. I got some ribs coming out the smoker in a little bit.
Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that?
That's the guy you just talked to, man.
That's just Jacob.
That's the guy you just
talked to. Oh wait. Yeah, he did say that on the chat earlier. Okay. He said that he was getting freaking weak.
Yeah, I'm smoking some ribs. I got my smoker. I'm looking forward to these things.
Got some ribs.
Bro, it's pretty much guaranteed Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are both in the Spider-Man movie. It's guaranteed. They both have to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Bro, I can't wait. God damn.
Yes, yeah. And then he was like Andrew Garfield been hanging out with celebrities and shit. He definitely got back on his spot. So he's definitely gonna be in the fucking movie, bro. They're trying to hide it, even though it's the worst kept secret ever. But we know all the Spider-Mans are gonna be in the movie. I really just want that fucking movie, bro. I'm pretty sure it'll be this week or next week when they have to start the advertisement for the movie because it comes out in December and Eternals is already out. I don't know how good it's doing in the box office. I thought it was good. I definitely gave it like a nice 8 out of 10. I think it was some stuff that they didn't need to do and there things that they needed to do. But as far as the action sequences, the actors, actresses, I think everything was well done. Okay, so we're good on there. Okay.
I'm gonna run and grab a glass of water real quick.
Okay, take your time.
I
just gotta go look at the menu and see what else I'm gonna eat. I am gonna drink this whole bottle of water though. Okay, we're good. Yep. Check out. I'm good. Okay. I really wanted to drink like 5 bottles of water today. I'm gonna clean myself out. I wanted to turn into the water man.
This man got PC Master Race logo. God damn.
Oh yeah, we got the whole shit. I don't mess around. If we gotta do debates, we might as well be professional about it. Okay, it took me way longer to make the graphics and everything, but it's alright. Just trying as quick as possible. Okay, let me go get the link out to the Twitter page, and then anybody else want to share the link? Since everybody, I don't think everybody wanted to debate, but I wanted to get it on file, so at least we can get it on file. So don't back down. Okay, let's get that up.
What's up, Enzo? She. Jay, I don't even give him a proper name, bro. God damn.
Wow, man, I want to use his real name. We are live. Last time PSLOG rates. So we're all good there, and we got everything up. I'm gonna send this to Twitter, pin it, and then we can get started. About should be 1 more minute. Okay. It's good to know. Whatever. The sacrifice of doing stupid shit is just, come on. Come on, bro.
What happened?
No, it's just the sacrifice of doing certain things just to make people better. This shit's hilarious. Okay. Ease. We're gonna call you Ease. I don't want to use your real name. I don't even use my real name.
Just call me Rayman. It's fine.
Oh, Rayman. Okay. So, you in a chat.
You got Eminem in the house. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, so we you were in a chat. I was trying to do my Sunday show, which I just covered the gaming news of the week, and also obviously I play games a lot, so I was playing Returnal, and people kept telling me that they were having a problem with you. Long story short, we fast forward and we're here in a debate or an interview, and I just wanted to get an idea of your thoughts. Like you're it seems like you were trying to remind me of games going to PC, and I just want to know why was that important for some. Now again, I don't know you, but I know me, and I have it recorded that I've acknowledged that those games are going to PC or currently on PC. Each and every one of the games, either on PC or going to PC, I have played. All of them I have platinumed except for Uncharted 4. So just continue to say what you were saying.
All right, so let me I'll just go through what brought me to the channel in the first place. So I was, like I said earlier, I'm smoking ribs right now, so I'm not really playing anything. I was just scrolling through YouTube. I was watching a couple Forza Horizon 5 reviews, and then your channel being live showed up as much suggested, and so I clicked on it. And y'all were talking about, when I joined in, that's what y'all were talking about, something about Forza Horizon 5. At that time I joined, so Google's probably listening to everybody at all the time. It's kind of weird because I found out I don't really know anything about your channel. You have a ton of videos, so I've probably seen one of your videos before at some point, but so that's what brought me to the channel. And then one of the other people in your Discord that you were talking with, it wasn't you who said it, but somebody was talking about Horizon 5, and like they sounded upset that like it was getting good reviews and that it had really good looking graphics and stuff. And I just asked the question, like, why is that a problem? So that's where it kind of started off. And one of your mods said, it's not a problem. We like Forza around here. I was like, okay. And then somewhere along the line, the conversation switched to y'all were talking about Horizon. I'm not exactly sure because I stepped away. Like I told you earlier, I got ribs in the smoker, so I stepped away for a little bit to go check on how my stuff was doing. And I came back, and that's what y'all were talking about. And then I posted. The only thing I said was that Sony hasn't released the sale, because y'all were talking about sales. Sony hasn't released the sales number, so really anything that regarding sales is going to be speculation. And then you banned me. And I was just like, what? Why am I banned? You blocked me from posting when that was all I had said. And then your other dude who left got into some kind of argument with some dude speaking Portuguese, which I didn't know nothing about. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, Sony hasn't released the sales for Horizon except for 10 million.
Yeah, and they said that they sold 700,000 in the first month on PC, but outside of that, like, it's anything. I would imagine they're over 1 million now, but like nobody really knows for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the people that I know, some people just with blank accounts, other individuals with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they wanted this day to come, the day where either PlayStation is on the verge of day and date or bringing some of their latest and greatest games to PC. I don't have any problem with it if I didn't know some of the individuals that wanted this day to come were actually going to support these games. So if you're going to go on the internet and speak, you should be the first one in line when the game comes out to support it. Horizon being out for 1 year now, across 2 years, I would expect that it would have sold enough for Sony to be proud enough to say, hey, what we're doing here is working. This is how much we sold in this time frame. They couldn't talk about 700,000 in a month because in 2 weeks they were able to sell 2 million. So
my thing was like, y'all, you seem to be getting defensive over the fact that like those games were coming to PC, and like for me personally, like I'll give you just. You don't know nothing about me. I admittedly know very little about you, so I'll just give you kind of my background when it comes to gaming, just real quick. I started off when I was a real little kid. I had a PS1 and an N64. That was like the greatest Christmas of my life. I'm sure you can understand that. When I was a little kid, and then got a PS2, and then an Xbox, and then I had a Xbox 360, and then I kind of got out of gaming for a little while around the Xbox One era. When the Xbox One and PS4 came out, I got out of gaming. I was finishing up school and just starting a job and starting a relationship with who's now my wife, and so I just kind of didn't have time for much gaming. But I got back into gaming a couple of years ago. Got back in on PC. And there seems to be an issue within, like, I guess, I don't know, somewhere where people seem to have an issue with the fact that some of the PlayStation exclusives are going to PC, and like, I don't understand why. Like, whenever a PC exclusive goes to PlayStation or Xbox, like, I'm happy. It's like, that's more people that can enjoy this game. I don't see why, especially like if it's a multiplayer game. Now, you're increasing the player pool, so you have less wait times in lobbies and stuff. So I don't understand why it's an issue for why a game would be going to another platform.
Okay, I want to answer you, Mike Johnson. If you're in the chat, can you send me your email one more time so I can give you your profile picture? Because I think I was on the verge of sending it and then I got distracted and I didn't send it. So let me go check one more time. No, I sent it. Yeah, I think I sent it. Let me go see. Yeah, I sent it. Never mind. I sent you, Mr. Jive. Okay, so go check your email. I sent your wallpaper. Okay, so exclusives are important for selling your hardware. It also identifies what hardware you have. If all games are everywhere, there's kind of no point for individual hardware. Features kind of don't matter because
I wouldn't agree with that statement. I think PlayStation, even like if you take, there's still perfectly good reasons why people would want to play on a console. Like, it's not, I enjoy PC. I like it better. I enjoy, I was lucky enough, I got an RTX 3080. I was able to get it at retail, thankfully, because I live near a micro center. And I enjoy being able to play high resolution, high frame rate. I enjoy that. But I can respect the fact that some people want to just buy a box, plug it in their TV, and sit down and go. Like, and I think there's other ways you can differentiate how your platform may be better. You can build a better community and not lock games behind an arbitrary paywall. I think it's anti-consumer. Like, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's great for Microsoft and Sony. They sell this hardware, they make money. But as far as for me or you, like, it doesn't do you any good if I have to go spend $500 on a PlayStation just to play the next God of War or whatever. Like, that doesn't do anything for the community other than put money into either Microsoft or Sony's pockets.
Okay, so I just got some food from Burger King. I like their fries the more I've tasted them. I'm actually a big fan of their fries. But when I was much younger, I liked McDonald's fries. Everybody did, right? But I wasn't always a fan of their toys because certain months Burger King would have way better toys in their Happy Meals, or they called them the kid meals, than McDonald's. And I wish, as a kid, I was like, man, if I didn't like these fries so much, I would go and have my foster parents go over to Burger King and get me a kid's meal so I could get the better toy. But I would always end up at McDonald's because of the fries, even though the toys weren't as good that month. I'm saying all of that to say, you're saying it's anti-consumer, but there are certain things you can get over there, right? Like the games, which is the main driving force of hardware when it comes to consoles. It has always been that way. It has been that way for
absolutely
30 years. So
Halo was the game that like really got me into gaming. Exactly. And so like I absolutely bought an Xbox to play that game.
When you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario and Donkey Kong and Pokemon and Zelda. And you would never think that Nintendo would say, hey, people on the internet are bitching about my practices. I'm going to put this on PC to make them happy. Nintendo would never do
I think if they wanted to make more money, they would do it. That would be a smart business move.
But when people tell me that, now that we have the reality that we're in, I can't understand why you guys keep saying that. Because if you say, oh, if you put this game on my platform, you will make more money. But we can't track Horizon Zero Dawn being more than 2 million copies sold in less than 2 weeks like it was on a PS. Hold on. We had less users on PS4 when Horizon was able to get 2 million in 2 weeks, right? PC had more users then. They have more users now. They had more users last year when Horizon Zero Dawn came out on PC on August. But it took a whole month to sell 700,000 copies on PC at $50. Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation was given away for $60. Some people paid for the digital deluxe, myself. Some people got the collector's edition, myself. I double dipped 2 times at the launch of the game, and the game sold more copies for a higher price, $60, digital deluxe, and collector's edition, than it did at $49.99 on PC, with all the bells and whistles that consoles will never be able to get for that specific game, and still was not able to get 1 million copies sold in a whole month. But it did get 700,000. So you have to understand when people, and trust me, you're not the first person to get on a debate and say, hey, if you put this game on more platforms, you get more money. That's not guaranteed, because not every single.
If they didn't put it on, I mean, let's just say.
Let me ask you a question, since you're not understanding.
Go for it.
Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. If you put out a game like Assassin's Creed, is it selling the same amount on each system equally?
Probably not.
Okay, so how are you gonna say if you put the game on more platforms, it's gonna make more money if one platform is selling the majority of the copies of that game?
So let's say Horizon Zero Dawn sold. We'll be really generous, and we'll just, for easy numbers, say on PS4 they sold 12 million copies. All right, we'll just use that as an example. I don't know how accurate it is, but just for the sake of this argument, they sold 12 million copies. They put it on PC, and let's just say that after month 1, they didn't sell another single copy. So 750,000 or whatever it was, 700. We'll just 700,000 even. I think it was a little higher than that, but we'll just call it 700,000. It was all they sold. 700,000 copies at $50 a copy. It's a lot of money, and they would have had none of that money had they not released it on PC. So like, they made their money on PlayStation and they were happy about it. But then when they turn around and they release it on PC, guess what? 700,000 times 50. I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician to figure that one out. That's a lot of freaking money.
Man, 12 million times what, 60 or 70, 80?
Oh, yeah, they absolutely 90? Sold it more on a PlayStation.
Like I'm saying, and I've only did what you've done in one way, and I've only done that if the game was only $60 and it sold 10 million copies. I did not factor in digital deluxe prices, collector's edition prices, or steelbook prices. And 10 million copies were sold of Horizon Zero Dawn, including all the different versions, which were a higher price than the PC version. So yes, I understand that.
I'm not debating
listen, I understand you're making more money
on PlayStation.
Yes, I know, but when people say, hey, if you put it on more platforms, you're going to make more money, that's what you're insinuating. You're insinuating that you can do what we're doing over here. And I don't feel that you guys are going to pull your weight like you're pulling over here.
When they made the decision to put it on PC and they sold 700,000 copies in a month, they made $35 million in that month. If they did not release the game on PC, that's $35 million that they would not have had. Period. Like, you understand that? Like, they made $35 million from PC. They would not have made that money if they did not release it on PC. And Sony liked the idea of making that money, so now they've decided to release other big games, which I'm excited for. I'm actually, like, I personally don't really care about Horizon Zero Dawn. That's not my style of game.
Let me ask you a question. So, putting more games on on PC from PlayStation is gonna make PlayStation more money, right? Yes. I've had over 50 debates on this channel alone, and not a single individual over the last 2 years have confirmed to me that they purchased any of those said games going to that new platform.
I've purchased God of War. I've pre-ordered God of War.
There are 3 games before God of War came out.
Okay, I'm not. The only other one I'm aware of is I don't really overly care that much. I know Horizon Zero Dawn, because that was a big, I remember that being a big deal.
Let me educate you, because
I don't know what the other games are. They might be good. They might not.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah, I played that when I was a kid on the PS1.
Kingdom Hearts.
I know what it is. I'm not interested in that game.
Final Fantasy.
I'm not interested in that game.
Yakuza.
Not interested. Isn't that on Xbox though? I'm pretty sure that's on Game Pass.
It was first on PC after it came from PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it's on Game Pass.
Yes. But before it went to Game Pass, the only other platform besides PlayStation was PC. These are games I'm naming that still was on PlayStation for many, many years and went to PC. Now, obviously, they might go on to Xbox, like the Final Fantasies or the Yakuzas or the Kingdom Hearts. But they're now available on PC where they were not available before. You know a game called Neo?
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. So I named tons of games, over 7 games, 7 days in a week. Over 7 games I named, and none of them you have any interest. So is it not a waste of money for individual? Oh, sorry. That might be disrespectful. Is it not a waste of your time to come here to talk to me about how good it is for their pockets for an individual that's not interested in the majority of the games they plan on bringing over?
I mean, you could make the exact same argument. Is it a waste of your time to talk to me when you have no interest in what I have to say? If you want to use that argument, there's no point in even talking to each other. That's not why I'm here.
All the games I named, I purchased. Many of them I beat. Many of them I platinum. God of War, you're waiting for that. Platinum. I platinum at the same. But listen. I can talk about these games because I've played them. You're talking. Okay. You're telling me it's good for this company that you don't like. You don't like the company putting games behind a paywall.
I never said I don't like Sony. I don't like.
But you just said you don't want them to put games behind a paywall of hardware they created. I don't think
they should.
But
that doesn't mean I dislike Sony.
But listen, they created that hardware. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, and they absolutely can, and I can choose.
Okay, and they funded those games.
But Sony clearly has seen,
and they own the studios. They own the mocap studios. They own the music studios that created those games. They gave the budgets for those games to be created.
Yeah, and these things.
But you said the company was anti-consumer.
It is.
Okay, so it's
fake paywall.
Okay, they're anti-consumer, but when they do what you want, then they're good guys?
No.
Okay, then they're still a bad...
What they're doing is anti-consumer, then it's anti-consumer. If what they're doing is pro-consumer, it's pro-consumer. There is no good guys or bad guys.
But you like what they're doing because they benefit you now.
I like the fact that they are removing a barrier that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, but they want their hardware to sell. And that is selling. It's selling hold on. That's the most effective way to get your hardware to sell.
FedEx drivers are getting. It's selling so well that FedEx drivers are getting robbed. They're selling their hardware.
Let's rewind back before the PS5 was announced. Right. Let's talk about the PS4.
PS4.
The reason why you get the PS4 to sell is the type of games we were bringing out. If they would have,
absolutely,
if they would have dealt with Microsoft,
their brand.
Okay, but if they did what Microsoft did,
I remember I was watching. I was a primary, like I said, Halo was the game that got me into gaming. I was, when I was in high school, early college, I was primarily Xbox. I had a PS3, but I mostly played on my Xbox. And I literally said, on my Facebook page, It's like, as soon as I watched the E3 thing, I'm like, Microsoft just killed themselves with Xbox. Like, that E3 press conference was a disaster. And like the things that they took an incredibly anti-consumer approach, and it basically gave Sony a free win for an entire generation, which was sad to see, because I think more competition is always better. More competition in the marketplace leads to better prices and better quality products for us, the consumers, and that's a fact as old as economics.
One second. So, okay. Competition is also measured by the games, or let's say the games and features that your competition doesn't have or can't do, right? Forza right now is celebrated for Xbox. We don't have that. We have Gran Turismo, that's a simulator racer, but you guys have an open world arcade racer, right? So that's something that's not on PlayStation. That drives sales, that drives interest in that section of the gaming community, right?
And I really think that's unfortunate, because I honestly wish that
it's all right. It's all right. I've been gaming for
us
longer than you, and it's perfectly all right. Like, when I was younger, I never thought that my PlayStation was able to play 64 cartridges, because I know it was different. But growing up, I was like, well, Mario's only over here, Pokemon's only over here. Well, this is where I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with Game Boy Color. I'm gonna stay with Game Boy Advance. I'm gonna stay with the Nintendo DS. I stayed with Nintendo.
And that's how I was. I was a big fan of. I had a Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Advance. I had the Advance SP, which was awesome because it had a backlight, which was amazing. Then I got a DS, and then I stayed with that because they had games I liked, and like, that is a thing that can sell consoles. But there are other things that you can sell consoles with. You can sell consoles with your community, like, and also there are people in this world that no matter what you do are not going to buy your product as far as hardware. But you can make more, but they will buy your software sometimes. Like, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to buy an Xbox. It's not going to happen. But you know what? They put God of War on PC. I'm buying it. Oh. They're bringing Halo to PC.
Okay.
Buying it. I have Game Pass, and I'm still going to purchase anything.
So, can I ask you a question?
That's what we're here for.
Okay. How many games made by Xbox Game Studios have you purchased on PC so far?
Games I purchased Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've purchased Halo Wars 2, the Master Chief Collection. See, I don't know at all. I don't know all of Microsoft Studios, so you'll have to.
Halo, Gears, Forza.
Yeah, I'm not. I've never was a Gears fan. I played the last Gears of War game I played was Gears of War 3 on a 360. That's been a hot minute. See, I think as far as actual Xbox Studios games, I think those are the ones that I've purchased on PC.
What about Halo, Forza?
I've purchased the Halo Master Chief Collection, and I have not purchased Forza. I do plan on playing it on Game Pass.
So, do you plan on playing Halo Infinite?
Yeah, I'm going to buy, even though I have Game Pass, I am going to buy Halo Infinite.
Okay. So, you supported Microsoft Game Studios with a lot of PC centric games. I would have to say, because those games are games that are.
Halo is not a PC centric game. Microsoft Flight Simulator definitely
hold on. Halo Wars 2, right? Is that what you said?
That came out. Yeah, but that came out on Xbox before it came to PC.
It came out first on PC. Halo Wars 2. Wars 2. Not Wars 1, Wars 2.
Yeah, it came out on PC. Or it came out on Xbox.
Yeah, I think it came out on Xbox, but I believe Gears of War, if I'm not mistaken, Gears is it Gears Tactics, and then Halo Wars 2 came out early on PC, just like Flight Simulator, which came out a year before it came out on Xbox. That's why I said you supported a lot of PC-centric games.
Still amazes me.
Yeah.
The fact that they got Flight Sim on Xbox is nothing short of incredible.
So the console-based type of games that Microsoft creates to sell the console, you're not in favor of those as much. Halo Master Chief Collection was first on Xbox One, but the early Halo games have a lot of history with PC, especially 1 and 2, only 1 and 2.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say Halo has always been like the system seller for Xbox. That is not even remotely close to a PC-centric game, and that's, like I said, that's the game that like got me into gaming.
Okay, like, the history of the early Halos were they were on PC. If I'm not mistaken.
No, it came on Xbox. They had a port. They had a port for the Gearbox did that was terrible but you could play online. But that for Halo 1, and then Halo 2 was on Windows Vista Gaming. I mean, if you want to count that as a PC.
When they emulated the original Xbox on PC, and a lot of PC fans were playing Halo games.
Yeah,
unofficially
because they wanted to play Halo.
Okay, so it was a big fanfare when Master Chief Collection came over because again, a lot of PC fans.
Yeah, PC people wanted to play Halo. I don't see how that's a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. Just pointing out that you guys have history with the game character.
Yeah, it has history, but the Halo is not a PC-centric game. The fact that it took 10 years of people begging for Halo 3 to come before they finally did it. Like, I don't even really want to say begging, but like, there's a lot of people who wanted Halo to come to PC, myself included.
So it seems like you supported more Microsoft Game Studios titles than PlayStation Studio titles or games that used to be only on PlayStation from PS2 all the way up to now. And I'm talking about like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasies, those games.
Yeah, the only PlayStation exclusive that I really played was Grand Theft Auto 3. And then I played the first Grand Theft Auto on the PS1, and then I played a bunch of Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PS2. But yeah, I mostly played Xbox because that was where my friends played, and that's kind of just how it was. And then right around 2013, when the PS4 and the Xbox One came, I kind of stepped away from gaming. I just had a lot of stuff going on in my life at that point in time that I was gaming kind of took a back seat. But I got back, like I said, I got back into gaming a couple years ago, and I decided to play on PC.
Okay, so not every game that Sony brings over will be the game that you are righteously fighting for, that you will actually play or buy because they don't interest you, or the games that are previously came over under third-party developers that have had long generation contracts with PlayStation to keep games exclusive. Those games that are currently available to you right now as we speak to play, you have no interest in those. So, what other games besides God of War are you like waiting for?
To be honest with you, I don't know what all else. Like, I don't keep up with the gaming industry all that closely, so I don't know how much else has been announced. But at the moment, that's the only PS game coming to PC that I'm really like interested in getting at the moment. Like, there could be other ones that get announced. I mostly play the game I play the most right now, aside from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Play a ton of that. But I also play mostly Apex Legends and Warzone are the games I primarily play, which are cross-platform, which I think is a very good thing. When Apex went cross-platform last year, it was awesome. It let me play with. I have some friends who play on PlayStation, and we were finally able to play some Apex together. And we've had a really good time with that.
Okay. So, sorry, trying to eat.
Oh, you're good, man. Chilling.
So, you don't know what games that are currently on PS4 or 5 that you're interested in waiting for? You don't know any ones that you're waiting for next or that you want on your platform of choice? You don't have any idea, like, what do you want next after God of War? You got God of War, Uncharted 4 is coming over, Horizon, Death Stranding, Days Gone are also PlayStation and Sony Studios titles. You don't know anything that's currently available on PS4 or PS5 that you
I was interested in Days Gone, and then I saw how bad the reviews of the game were, so I decided to skip it.
So anything else that's currently available on PS4 or 5 that you want?
Not really, but for? I mean, I don't think whether I personally am interested in games coming over, I don't think it's really that important.
It is important because I'm talking to you.
Yeah. For me, I think it's good that I have more choices.
That's cool. But I just wanted to know, like, what you're. I'm only talking to you. I'm not talking. You don't represent the rest of the PC community, so I'm only talking to you. You were in my chat, and I wanted to talk to you. So, is it any other games? You don't know anything else. You don't know anything else that you're interested in.
Aside from God of War, there's really not much else that they've got coming that I'm super interested in. But that could change. I don't know what else they have planned. But at this current time, with what knowledge I do have, yeah, it's just God of War at the moment.
So why are you so interested in them bringing all their games over to PC if you're only interested in one game currently?
Like I said, I think more options are better.
But we're talking about you. And you
more options are better.
I mean that might be good for like other people that plan on playing a lot more of their games, but you per se have pre-ordered a game that is not currently available to play yet, and there are 3 games by the same studio, and there's like over 10 different games by Japanese developers that put their games on your platform over the last 4 or 5 years, as well as American studio like Activision putting Crash Bandicoot Spyro the Dragon on PC when the collections were only on PlayStation only for Crash 1 year, and Spyro collection was started on PS4 and Xbox One, and then the following year it went to Nintendo Switch and PC. So I mean, I've kept track of all of this. Like, this doesn't go by the wayside. I know everything. I see everything. So when people come to my chat and try to tell me shit I already know,
I don't see why it matters if I specifically care, because like I specifically may not care about Horizon Zero Dawn or Days Gone, but that doesn't mean that there aren't hundreds of thousands of other people that are willing to open up their wallets for it. And like I said, more options the better. And I don't see how me having an option and me wanting an option affects you in any way. Like, it really has no effect on you, but you seem to be like defending the fact that like the idea of exclusives. And I just like, it just, I mean, like if Sony sells 10 million copies on PlayStation, you don't see any of that money. So like, why is it, unless you're a stockholder, which I don't know if you are, it doesn't really matter if you are or not. But it's still like, I mean, even if you are a stockholder, you're not getting that much money off of it. Like, I don't see why it would matter to you in any way. I think companies removing anti-competitive or anti-consumer barriers is a good thing, just in general, regardless of the industry, whether it be gaming, whether it be cell phones, whether it be whatever, pick an industry. The more pro-consumer the larger corporations in the space are, the better we are off as consumers. I don't really see why anyone who is a consumer would take issue with that.
So you believe in the theory that all games should be on all platforms?
Absolutely.
How do you sell an individual platform when it plays the same game the same type of way? Sony, let me just give you a history lesson. The Nintendo Wii came out. It was a motion control device. PlayStation had released the PS3. It wasn't a very well launched system. It ended up being a great system at the end of the life cycle, but
it was too expensive when it launched.
Exactly. There were other things that were wrong. The exclusive games were not there. People wanted to buy the system for exclusive games. They weren't ready. But long story short, the Wii and the PS3 had something in common. They were messing around with motion controls. Now, the Wii, their primary focus was motion controls. The PS3 had 6-axis, a type of motion control. What happened next was, I believe in 2009 or 10, PlayStation had released a firmware. I think we got one of our amazing firmwares was remote play, which is something that we use a lot now with cell phones. But they had remote play with their handheld device, the PSP, and their console, the PS3. I think later on, it could have been 2011, if I'm not mistaken, where the PlayStation Move came out. And that was a full motion control device. A firmware came out, gave us the ability. The PlayStation camera had been released a year or so earlier. With the PlayStation camera and the motion control, you were able to get one-to-one movement, which was much better than what Nintendo did when they launched their system. And, well, for the rest of the generation, they couldn't keep up with the accuracy, the quality of the type of games we were getting with PlayStation Move. And that's just how that went, right? So Sony was able to take something that Nintendo did, and they made it better. As well as have exclusive games that push that same or similar technology.
I'm not arguing against the fact that exclusives can help sell systems.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. What I'm trying to break down to you is that if you're going to be another person that debates me and say, hey, games should go on all platforms, and all you have to do is make your system better to be competitive, or add this feature to be competitive. I'm just letting you know the history of Sony being able to take a feature from their competitor that nobody thought they could take with a simple firmware and actually improve upon it, being even more competitive. So I don't believe that all platforms. I don't believe that all platforms should play all games, especially when we get to the section of someone like yourself might say, okay, well, all games are on all platforms. What you got to do as a company, you have to be more competitive with your features. You have to be more competitive with your hardware. And what happens if somebody like Microsoft, which we have information on, spying on Sony to make sure that their hardware was better or blah, 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 or equal. And then you just basically have PlayStation's box, Xbox box. They're playing the same game. You don't think consumers are going to be a little confused about what to buy?
I don't see why it would matter to the consumer. Like, you're going to buy the one where you feel like you're getting the best experience. And the fact that you're going to, instead of going for, well, which one do I think I can have a better experience on? It's like, oh, I can only play this game here, so I have to buy that. And especially, like, I've never at any point said that exclusives don't sell systems. They absolutely do. I bought an Xbox 360 so that I could play Halo 3. Like I understand how this works, but that doesn't mean that it's good for the consumers. Like, the fact is, I had to shell out $400 to Microsoft to be able to play a $60 game.
So if all games are on all platforms, specifically your platform of choice, which is PC, then you get the better end of the stick, right?
And I think
as a consumer, no. Don't talk about everybody. It's Jay versus you. You get a good benefit having the PC platform if all console manufacturers submit to your will by giving you the ability to play the games that were once.
The way you're wording that is so disingenuous, man. Like
how?
Obviously,
you just told me the one thing that 50 other people in the debate told me. All games should be on all platforms.
They should be. Like it's not a.
How do you think I know about that? You think you're the only person that told me this?
I don't know. The only thing I know about your channel.
Okay, all games on all platforms is not going to help games or game publishers or companies make the money they need to keep up with the quality of the games they want to make.
The publishers and the developers have nothing to do with the hardware sales. Like the publishers and developers can still make money regardless of what the hardware sales are. Like that has nothing to do with it.
I'm not talking about hardware. I said nothing.
Yeah, you are.
I said all games on all platforms. I'm talking about games being everywhere. You think that everybody's gonna be able to purchase every game so they can make the money to continue to make the games that we love. If games are everywhere, not everybody's gonna buy all the fucking games.
Well, not everybody's going to buy, like, not everybody who owns a PlayStation is going to buy every single PlayStation exclusive. No, not every single person that owns an Xbox is going to buy every
They sell better than multi-platform games on average. Since the
Absolutely
PS4.
Not.
Hold on. Horizon sold 10 million copies.
Okay. Just look
how many, hold on. How many single-player games have sold 10 million copies in the last 7 years? That are multi-plat.
I don't have that information. I don't know.
Why not? You should be able to name a lot of games.
I don't know the specific sales.
I mean, if all games are all platforms and the game is multi-plat by a third-party developer, that their main focus is to put the game on as many platforms as possible to get the biggest return, then you should be able to name a ton of games that were on multiple platforms that sold over 10 million copies.
I don't know which game. I can't. The only game that I know that sold more than 10 million copies, there's only two that I know for a fact off the top of my head. And that's Horizon Zero Dawn, because that's what you've told me, and Halo 3. Like, those, like, other than that, I don't know which games have sold that.
Halo 3 was an exclusive. Horizon was.
But, like, I don't know.
So, I'm saying is I'm trying to quiz you on your beliefs. Your beliefs is all games should be on all platforms. But we already have multi-platform games, and a good amount of them are single-player games. I wanted to know how many of them
sell well.
I wanted to know how many of them that are single-player, not multiplayer, sold 10 million copies in 2 years.
I mean,
if you're on 3 platforms,
Star Wars Fallen Jedi probably came close, but I don't know for a fact.
1 second, I just wanted to double check that. 1 second.
Yeah, over 20 million players on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That's a single-player game, multi-platform. Released. So, there you go. There's your example.
Okay, I just looked it up. It sold 10 million copies worldwide on 3 platforms. And that was as of June.
On Games Radar, June 11th, 2021, Jedi Fallen Order surpasses 20 million players.
So, like I was saying, Respawn's action game had shipped over 10 million units worldwide. A pretty staggering feat for a new game series, even if it is associated with one of the biggest franchises on the face of the planet. So, Star Wars, single-player only game, took multiple years, more than Horizon, to sell 10 million or ship 10 million. They didn't use the word sold. The game came out, I think the game came out like it came out 2019, so 2019, 2020, 2021 June. So about over the time of Horizon, and it was on 3 platforms. So I feel like it should have sold double or triple that of what Horizon was able to do in 2 years because it was on multiple
it's
platforms.
over 20 million, so it's double what Horizon is.
You said players, right?
Yeah.
That's not sales numbers. That's people that are playing it through services like Game Pass or something like that.
Jedi Fallen Order is not on Game Pass.
Oh, it's never been on Game Pass?
Now, you can buy it for a discount on Game Pass, but it's not on Game Pass.
But it is on PlayStation now.
Fallen Order?
Yep.
Can you play it for free?
Sorry, no, sorry. It's on EA Plus, EA Access.
Okay, so when they're talking about the players, they're talking again.
The thing is, after a year, all the EA games go to Plus, go to their Access thing, EA Access. So,
okay, so thanks, True Woody. If you don't mind muting your mic, but you're talking about 20 million, and this is after 2 years. Horizon was able to sell 10 million in 2 years on one platform. This says 10 million shipped on 3 platforms. You give me the number of 20 million, and of course you don't know, but thank you for not knowing. The game ended up going to a subscription service where you could play it. So when they talk about 20 million players, that's 10 million additional people that have not actually paid to play the game. But
you're making some very bold assumptions there, my guy.
So what does 20 million players mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you?
Hello? Are you there? Hello? Are y'all there?
I'm here.
Okay, now I can hear you.
What does 20 million players mean to you? Do you think that equals sales?
I mean, I didn't know that it went to the subscription service, but I'm sure.
Now that you know, and people are playing the game.
The only thing we can say for sure is that it's somewhere between 10 million and 20 million sales.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of something that happened this year, right? MLB The Show is no longer an exclusive game. The game went to...
I was very sad. I wanted it to come to PC, but it's still not on PC.
Okay, the game went to Xbox and PlayStation day and date. On Xbox, the game was available on Game Pass. On PlayStation, the game had to be purchased, right? So, It came out after a little while that the game had 4 million players. But they gave a confirmation in the same report that the game had sold 2 million copies. So if the game sold 2 million copies and they say it has 4 million players, do you think the people that had to buy the game are the people that bought the game? Or do you think the people that didn't have to buy the game were the people that buy the game and that's how they got 4 million players? All I'm saying is you can't sit up here and say 20 million players and expect me to believe that 10 million additional people actually
first off, the question was, what single player game multi-platform has sold over 10 million copies in the last? That was your question. I gave you an answer, and now you want to play semantics over 20 million players versus 10 million sales. Like, who cares? If it's on their subscription service,
so wait up. So if
they're still making their money because
okay, I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand. You've been saying who cares multiple times. So if we don't care about the facts, then why are we even talking?
I care about the facts.
No, you don't. No. This is like
sales.
This is the 5th time you said.
The fact that
this is the 5th time you said nobody cares, bro.
Are still paying the developers.
You said nobody cares about the sales. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about that. If nobody cares,
no one cares about the sales. That's not what I said.
You said the companies don't care. You said the companies don't care about the sales.
I did not say that. That's absolutely what they care about, and that's why PlayStation has decided to continue releasing games on PC, because they see that when they release them on PC, they're selling well.
What is well to you? Is like is 700,000 equal to 10 million?
No, but that's 700,000 sales they wouldn't have had if they didn't release it to PC.
But they didn't.
And you better believe that Sony likes that $35 million.
Okay,
you better believe that.
What I'm telling you is that they were able to make a sequel for that game that became popular. New IP, by the way. It became popular on the PS4. It was the PS4 gamers that purchased the game. to get a sequel, to get multiple Game of the Years, to get it as popular as it needed to be for people on another platform, your platform, to get on the internet and say, hey, I want this game, just to
God
only
of War
buy
2018 was pretty hyped up. If they would have released it on PC on day and date, it would have sold well on PC then too. They didn't need it to sell on PlayStation.
When you say
God of War 2018 was not a new IP. 2018 God of War was not a new IP. First off,
it was. I didn't say God
That's
of War.
What you said.
I said Horizon.
Yeah, that's literally what you just said.
I said Horizon. I said Horizon Zero Dawn was a new IP. And it was the PlayStation 4 community that got a new IP to get 10 million copies when their previous game, Killzone Shadowfall, was not even able to get half of that. That's what I said.
They made a better game with Horizon, I guess. I don't know. But clearly it has nothing to do... It was the quality of the game that shone through, because apparently their first game wasn't as good, and so it didn't sell as well. But Horizon Zero Dawn, if they would have released it day and date, it could have sold too. And it might not have sold 700,000 in first month if people didn't know about it from PlayStation. But when a game is good, guess what? It sells. If you don't believe me, look at Among Us. Nobody heard of that game for 2 years. It gets popular. Like, the gameplay's good. It's fun to play with friends. And guess what? 2 years after they released, 2 or 3 years later, it was hit the top of the Steam sales chart. Like, just because they don't make the money right at the start doesn't mean that word of mouth doesn't get around about good games.
Okay, so players does not equal sales, especially if you're talking about a subscription.
Okay, but you're completely discounting the fact that these subscription services are getting the developers money still. Like, Xbox Game Pass is not free.
Okay, but if somebody logs into your game through a service, it doesn't mean that copy is sold. You can say that about Netflix. Just because I watched Jurassic Park 3 fucking times on Netflix does not mean I purchased it 3 fucking times. The Blu-ray over there in the corner that's $20 that I got on Amazon is my purchase for that. Not the 3 times that I watched it on Netflix.
Okay, and that's fine.
Okay, so you said it doesn't matter, but it does matter.
That doesn't matter, because the developers are still getting their money either way.
Okay, but you said 20 million. You said 20 million players. That's not equal to sales. I talked to you about sales.
No, that is not what I said. Your question was, name me a single-player game in a multi-platform that sold more than 10 million copies. I did that. And then I looked at the initial article. I just said the initial article, without even reading into the article.
This is Games Radar, right?
The article was at 20 million, but they still said over 20 million, over 10 million shipped. So I answered your question, and now you want to sit here and argue the semantics over players versus sales.
Yeah,
and the players versus sales doesn't matter, because when the people are
playing
it on a subscription service, they are still getting their money.
It has to matter because you used it as a fact 5 times.
I used the fact that they sold 10 million to answer your question, because
but
your
it
question
didn't
was
sell
10 million.
and shipped 10 million. Shipped does not equal sold, just like players does not equal sold.
Shipped is sold.
Is it sold to consumers? Okay, I thought so. Can you use another example?
What was your question?
You said shipped equals sold. If it was shipped to consumers, it would be considered sold. You're talking about 10 million shipped. That's shipped to retailers, not sold through to the consumer.
Yeah, because I'm sure these retailers are ordering massive amounts of games just so they can sit on their shelves. Come on, man.
Have you went into a GameStop?
Use your logic.
Have you went into a GameStop lately?
Yeah, they have like 12 games on the shelf. And then they have a bunch of
download. Do you go to the other retailers around the country? Do they not have games on the shelves? They have not been sold.
Not very many. They mostly sell the digital download keys.
Okay, you're a PC gamer. You're not understanding real logic. So these retailers, right, that buy the game, they do have them on shelves, so consumers can go into their shop and decide if they want to buy them. Not all of these games sell.
A store is going to have something for the shelf, and you know what? They're not going to order 50 copies if they think they're only going to sell 4. They're not going to sell. You're sitting here making a ridiculous argument. They said 10 million shipped, over 20 million players. Like, what does that mean to you?
As long as you can confirm that you're using players as sold and shipped as sold. I've used sold as sold. As long as you can admit that, we can move on to maybe your next example. So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has shipped 10 million and also has a player count at that time of this article being wrote of 20 million. So we agree, huh?
Let me chime in real quick, bro. And I ain't trying to intervene in your debate. I'm sitting back listening to it. Rain Man, just to give you a heads up, I know obviously your conversation is late upon being displayed on YouTube. That is definitely incorrect, sir. Shipped does not equal sold. I used to work at GameStop. So therefore, I mean, it's common sense when it comes to retail. We will have several copies of A, B, and C of IP. So therefore, the people that do want to come and purchase that game, we have it in stock. Granted, we're not going to order 10,000, but we are definitely going to be ordering a large amount of games in that certain game. So therefore, the consumers
I just found an article. So since y'all want to play semantics over shipped versus sold, I found an article on kitguru.net, and they're talking about 10 million copies sold. All right, so you want to quit playing semantics over shipped versus sold. And also you're going to completely discount the fact that there's over 10 million people that are paying for their subscription service to also play the game. Like, that's not also making them money. Like, come on, man.
Okay, if 10 million people pay for a subscription, that means that everything on that subscription service is sold 10 million copies?
No.
Okay, then stop using the logic then. Stop using that. Stop using that, bro.
Stop using the argument that just because people are playing it on a subscription service that they don't count, because they absolutely do count, and they do count as players. Money.
They count as players.
At the end of the day, the developer wants money. Whether it comes, they don't care how. Look at all the games that are going. Even Halo is going free to play. They're going to sell 0 copies of Halo Infinite multiplayer, and they're going to make a fuckload of money on it. Like, just because you want to sit here and play semantics on sold, which I found another article where they're saying there are 10 million copies sold, and there are also over 20 million players. Like, that's pretty good. I answered your question about which single player game multi-platform sold more than 10 million copies. There you go. Mm-hmm. Like that, it sold over 10 million copies, and it had a player base of over 20 million.
It took a year more. And it took 2 additional platforms to do what one platform could do. Am I lying or am I right? It took a year more.
I don't know how.
Hold on. It's a multi-platform game.
I don't know how many. I honestly don't know how much Horizon Zero Dawn sold in its first year.
You don't know? It sold 10 million in 2 years. It sold 10 million in 2 years on PS4 and PS4 Pro. 10 million. 2 years. 2-year anniversary, it got the 10 million copies sold. 2 years.
Okay, 2 years. So you were just saying 1 year a second ago. So make up your mind on 1 year or 2 years, because
I don't think I've ever said 1 year.
Star Wars. You were giving Star Wars crap for taking a year to get to that.
I didn't say a year.
Number.
I said 3 years. Never said 1 year.
It didn't take it 3 years. It didn't take it 3 years to get the 10 million. That article was from last year.
No, it's from 2021. The game came out 2019.
This article is from February 1, 2020.
And what does it say?
Initially, EA was hoping to sell 8 million copies of Respawn's the game by the end of March 2020. However, the game managed to do that from
Games Radar was 4 months old. And if you want me to put it on screen so they can see what you're saying, I can do that. But it says Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order surpasses 20 million players, first published 4 months ago.
You're reading a different article, Mike.
No. But you use this article, but then you're going to go to another article and say...
Because that article did have the information that I needed. So
okay,
I went somewhere and found
which
the
one is
information
true?
I was looking for.
So the one that benefits you is the one you want to use, not the one.
You're asking for a specific number, and that article does not have the specific number.
Actually, it does.
So yeah, I went somewhere else.
It does.
No, that number doesn't say sales. You're sitting there. You're going to complain about ship doesn't equal sales. I was like, all right. So now I'm going to go find an article that has sales numbers and not shipped and player numbers.
Okay. Can you send me the link?
So,
send me the link. I'll put it on screen. I'm not going to go back and forth. You sent me information. You can send it to me in the DMs. I'm talking to you right here.
I just shared my screen.
You shared your screen?
Yeah, in Discord.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Send me the link. Nobody can see me or you. They just see our little... Yeah, there you go.
From February 1, 2020.
Okay. February 1, 2020. Initially,
Sold
EA was hoping to sell 8 million copies of Respawn's. Oh, boy. No. You notice that you're using an ad blocker, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, I had to disable it, too. It's freaking annoying.
Okay. Let me try this again. Okay. However, the game managed to sell during the earnings of 8 million. Okay. So what I'll do for you, nothing all the way in. That's too close. Okay. If you guys don't mind, we're just gonna go take it a little farther back if you don't mind. I want to go to another scene. Actually, we'll put it in front of you guys. So if you guys don't mind, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna share my screen, and then you will see. Okay. So that's one. I just want to be sure that I'm right. That's why I don't. When people tell me stuff, I want to be sure that they're right. There we go. Nope.
Well, look, man. I got to get out of here. I told you 8:30. My cool. Ribs are about ready, so
that's cool.
I'm about to go pull them things off the smoker. But yeah, no. I mean, if you want to, I don't really feel like
that's cool. Don't worry about
you
it.
You even want to have a conversation. Like you want to sit here and play word games.
You gotta understand that I have more knowledge of gaming than you. You said you took a break. I didn't. You said you started after.
What does that have to do with what
that? Has everything to do with it. That means
whether I took a break or not
that you don't know what you're talking about, and I actually do. That's what that means. I mean, and you know this, and you're still trying to argue that you know more than I do.
I never said I know more than you do.
Okay, the debate is over. Whoever has their mic muted, you can unmute your mic. We're not doing that. What I want
everything you dreamed it was going to be?
Oh my goodness.
No, I mean he sounds just like everybody else, but he wasn't he claimed he wasn't associated with everybody else, but yeah, he's getting banned, bro. You want to know why he's getting banned? Because he swore the article he was reading said 10 million, right? Let me make sure that we got everything here.
Jacob, I disagree with him all the time. I'm still in the group. What are you talking about?
Okay. No, because he just lied. He plain out lied.
Yeah, no, he's just a bullshitter, man.
Okay, so he said that this article from this website, the one that I had to lower my fucking ad blocker, he said this article said 10 million. Right? I'm not going to go back and forth with him because he wants to lie. If you don't know more than me, that's perfectly all right. I had the same information. Actually, you gave me the link. He gave me the Game Radar link And I scrolled down to see it said shipped. This is what they're saying. Initially, EA was hoping to sell 8 million copies of Respawn's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order by the end of March 2020. However, the game managed to do that in Q3 alone, with EA confirming during the earnings call that the 8 million copy milestone has already been reached. So again, last year it was at 8 million. This year it was at 10 million. Why did he say last year it was at 10 million? They said 8 million 2 times here. Okay, so I want to scroll down.
Oh, okay, hold on. Even so, Jay. Let's say it did sell quote 20 million.
Hold on. True Witty.
Hold on.
True Witty. Please let me finish the article. So let me continue. It says now EA is expecting Jedi Fallen Order to hit 10 million sales by the end of the current quarter, a milestone that the game should hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling down. I'm seeing PC shit. I'm seeing PC parts. I'm not seeing any confirmation that it actually hit 10 million in 2020. So he used this link and argued with me. Oh, this link said it hit it. It said it sold 10 million. No, it said it should hit. They wanted to hit it that. They never confirmed that it did hit. What they did confirm all the way up here before this big ass picture is it was at 8 fucking million. When I called him out at the end for not knowing what the fuck he's talking about, trying to pretend like you know more than me when it comes to gaming, when he confirmed he took a break and I didn't, I was in college and all this other shit, and I was still playing games. I almost got a fucking gauge. I was still playing games. My grandmother passed away. My great-grandmother passed away. I was still playing games. My brother moved to Canada. I was still playing games.
Jay.
What?
Holla at Eddie said you have him muted.
Okay, I'll mute you, Eddie. Long story short, his excuse of not playing games and then coming back and proving that he was casual when I asked him 4 times what other games do you want, and he said I can't name them, that means you're casual. And if you don't know what games are currently available on PlayStation that are hot fire, that means you're casual. So no, you don't.
I would have thrown at you would have been Red Dead 2. That's an easy one.
But that's you! He should have did it! Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he say Ghost of Tsushima? Why didn't he say Returnal? Why didn't he say Ratchet and Clank? Why didn't he say Spider-Man? Why didn't he say Wolverine? This dude was completely detached from gaming as a whole, that he didn't even know what game he wanted next. So, as the record showed, this is the link he shared with me. He claimed that last year, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I don't even understand why we're so lucky enough to be on the topic of the game that I just paid $13 fucking for yesterday. But long story short, isn't that fucking weird? This was not prompted, by the way. Like, he brought that up. I asked him for a single player game. He brought this one up. It's weird. But yeah, long story short, it's at 8 million. Anybody else hear this nigga all around the internet? It doesn't matter. He said 10 million from this article. This article said 8 million right there, and then it spelled out 8 million right here. And then, and True Witty, I have not forgotten about you. And then all the way down here, this is what it says. Now, EA is expecting Jedi Fallen Order to hit 10 million sales by the end of the current quarter. So, they wanted to hit that, but it doesn't mean it was going to hit it. Because by June of this year, it hit 10 million. It slowed down. Why would it slow down, you ask? Because it was available on a subscription service and you didn't have to buy it. Okay? Are we good? True Witty, your time to talk. Everybody else, let's listen to True Witty.
I wasn't saying much. I was only saying that. Cool.
I gotta unmute. Holler at Eddie.
Everybody, what up, my PlayStation guys?
Okay, what's going on, Eddie? I wanna hear from True Witty if you don't mind, just real quick. Okay.
No, I was just saying that even if you wanted to use, let's say, those ship numbers, that's still not good. That's still not good if you want to compare it to a first party game, because a first party game literally God of War literally stated that it just sold 19.5 million copies.
Exactly.
And that's on one system.
Exactly.
Like, that's not good. That means some of these systems out here are not putting their best foot forward. Like, either the PC is not selling enough copies, or Xbox isn't selling enough copies. Someone's not selling enough. You see what I'm saying? So even so, that's still not a good enough number. It should be double or triple. God of War should not be a single game, should not be close. Even Uncharted is already there, so it should not be
I
close.
knew this was gonna be a waste of my time, but I thought he would have at least. Again, big respect to the Rags for Tenga and Mario Sniper crew. Your little underlings put up a better fight than this guy. This guy wasn't a part of your community, and it actually showed. I think a lot of you guys would have been able to name multiple games, but I'm actually going to open up debates, because now that so many games are going to your platform, we will have individuals that look as stupid as he is by saying, there's only one game among the 10 games that Sony has put over that I like, or among the 10 third-party games that have came over that used to be exclusive that I want to play. And again, that's a waste of fucking time and money.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up?
The worst of time especially was when he mentioned Among Us.
Yeah, when he mentioned that, I ignored him. Because I was like,
bro,
yeah.
I had to leave. I left because I'm like, what
this
is
the thing. This is what I want to say right now.
Yeah, I got some good shit. I got some good shit to show you too.
Okay. What, you got a PS5?
I'm about to get one though.
Cool.
They got this game. I forgot this. It's made in China. They making it, but it's gonna be just like Final Fantasy.
For long.
We already seen what you're talking about.
Well, hold on. What y'all talking about? What do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know, but you got to tell us the name. You know you be coming in here all the time describing games and never give us the name. What's the name, Eddie?
Another one.
I'm about to get. Hold on. I'm about to send it to y'all. Let me go find it.
I have a feeling I know exactly what he's talking.
Hey, all I gotta say is Eddie ain't missed the beat, boy.
Yeah, Eddie ain't missed a fucking beat.
Jay, you know that game that we looked up at on stream?
That man is back to the basics.
Hold on, y'all. My girl calling my phone.
It's all right. Take it down. Hey, Yella, bro. What was up with this dude? He kept saying things didn't matter, but then he keeps saying like, "Oh, I didn't say that." I was like, "Bro, you just said it doesn't matter." Like, you keep saying it didn't matter. Like when he said, it like the stores don't have a lot of copies, so that means
that's logical business practice. So if that's the same rules apply, that's the same thing that's applied to people buying vehicles or people buying milk,
exactly,
eggs, meat, groceries. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying, "Hey, can you pre-order me some eggs?" No, they just fucking put the shit in the store. When the consumer comes in, they need the motherfucking shit. It's right there in hand. And the same thing applies to games. Yes, they're not putting like 200 copies on there. You feel what I'm saying? But how many Walmarts are there? How many GameStops are there? How many Targets are there? How many other retailers that you can buy video games?
I think the more the PC community wants to converse,
the more they talk, the more that you realize they don't know much.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say is the more that they communicate with us, we will see that, like you said, they're not going to know much. And this is a great opportunity for the PlayStation and Xbox community.
I can't believe you actually did this debate.
I'm not a bitch.
Oh, okay, damn.
I don't got no bitch in me, man. I don't got no bitch in me, bro. Like he act like he knew shit and he didn't know shit. He already admitted that he took years away from gaming. Like, I didn't know about this. All I know is God of War because I just heard about it. But you didn't know the game exists before then. I kept naming all PlayStation games that are over there. You're like, I don't have any interest.
The fact that you took off for that long, bro, that's like...
The thing is, bro, Yella has 2 kids. He didn't miss a beat at all.
I thought he had 20.
No, Yellow got 18 kids, bro. I'm pretty sure he got 18.
Strike team. Strike off as mission priority 1.
I think his son's name is gonna be called Shenmue. Either that or Bruce Wayne.
Actually, Wayne Bruce.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I thought it wasn't that big. What you talking about?
The thing is,
Hey JT, I just text you on Discord the name of the game.
okay, what section did you put it in? So
I put on the red alarm. The
red alert. Red alert.
Yeah, red alert. Yeah.
I have a feeling we know about it.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that last week. Yeah, the honor of kings. It was the game like Final Fantasy. They was in the water and shit.
Yep.
With the guy and the girl and the sword and the dragon. Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, we saw it last.
Yo,
we on our shit. Don't worry. Like China is on the spotlight to the point that we're on our shit. I just feel like
but the game's not coming out. Fuck
yeah, I feel like the guy we just debated, I just debated. I feel like he just didn't know his shit. He want to seem smart and shit, but you don't know your shit, bro. It's all right. PC and console gaming is completely different. Or you cannot sit up here and say that they making enough.
It's just a different breed of people.
Just because they making extra money doesn't mean that's the money that they want to make.
I'm still stuck on I'm not a bitch. Like, damn. Like,
I mean, he called me out. He called me out. I made time for him, and he showed me how stupid he was. Like, all I wanted to know was there one fucking game that did over 2 million copies sold to consumers in the same time frame as Horizon Zero Dawn, and he could not name one.
On which platform?
I said multiplat.
PC.
Oh, multiplat. That's it. What?
Single player,
like Horizon?
Yeah, the single player. You can help him out, maybe.
Did he mention Star Wars Jedi? That
was shipped. We looked it up.
Oh yeah, that's the one you was talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think because I'm
not saying it's bad. I'm playing it right now. It's a great game. The visuals look good. The 60 frames per second on a PS5 version. The haptic feedback, so the vibrations are really, really good. Combat is good. I like it. But
wait, a multi-plat single-player game you said?
Yeah, multi-platform single-player game. 2 years. In 2 years, it sold 10 million. Like Horizon.
Oh, one.
What?
Red Dead 2.
What?
Oh, Grand Theft Auto. Oh my goodness.
No, Uncharted 4.
You said Uncharted 4.
Oh wow. Wow.
2, right?
The point I was trying
Red Dead 2? No, I don't think Red Dead 2 even reached that high.
I think it.
What did Red Dead 2? What did Red Dead 2 do?
Like
I don't know what it did.
But that's not 20 million though. That's what he's saying.
No, I said 10 million, Truity. I said 10 million in 2 years. 10 million in 2 years. Because this the thing, bro. When hold on,
bro. Cyberpunk just came out.
Hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this. Y'all not understanding what I did. Y'all don't understand what I did to him, do you? I know he didn't know shit about gaming. He could have proved me wrong easily, bro. Debates are all about proving what somebody doesn't know, and he doesn't know shit about gaming. So how can he sit up there and say, "Oh, you put more games on more platforms? All games are on all platforms. You can make a lot of money." Like this, bro. Oh, all games should be on all platforms. Oh, they're gonna make a lot of money. It doesn't matter if the box is the same color. It doesn't matter.
Jay,
relax.
Like, bro.
Jay, that's
how he sound to me, bro. Yeah, what's up? Yellow, what's up?
Hey, either lower your voice or lower the sensitivity on your mic because you're distorting as you're talking.
No, he good, bro. But that's hilarious.
It's probably the mic, but I'm gonna try to tone down. Thanks, man.
You only got Star Wars Jedi,
please.
Yeah, I got it for $13.
I've been telling you to get that joint. It's good, man.
Jay.
That's a good game.
I know. I'm not saying that these games ain't good, but you know how I am, man. I don't fuck with EA. I don't fuck with EA, and I don't fuck with Ubisoft. Like for now on, their games gotta be dirt cheap for me to buy them, man.
What? Who? Ubisoft?
EA and Ubisoft.
No. I'm staying away from Ubisoft. But that
shit. Remember, I picked up Need for Speed Heat for $20 too, man. I'm not fucking with those guys.
That was disappointing.
No, it's good. It's just not holding my attention. It's giving me those Fast and the Furious vibes. The last couple Need for Speeds.
But Star Wars Last Jedi will keep your attention. It's a good.
No. I definitely was playing it. It was good, bro. I like it.
And I know it's a stupid question, but you got the PS5 version, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Well, I think it came with both. To be honest.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it came with both. I got the choice to download the PS5 or the PS4.
Bro, Last of Us 2 pissed me off, bro.
My foot pissed you off. What?
Last of Us 2 game pissed me off. I'm playing it now on the PlayStation 4.
What pissed you off? Tell me.
The part that my boy died.
Oh, okay.
Joel, freaking Joel!
Yeah.
That was the happiest part of the game for me.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
the Abby fighting that monster was that was the best part. That's not Joe dying. That wasn't.
Well, also somatic. It was when she.
I'm just trolling the people. I'm just trolling the people that actually hate
on that whale off the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, but also the whale was.
I like that too. The swanton
spilling a lot of squiggly disease.
Yep. And then Swamp Thing came in and tagged Abby, and then also sprayed that little swamp mist in the referee's eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when that. You remember that guy that Abby was talking about? When they said get the tables, and then they.
Behind the scenes when Joel died, they actually put bees inside of his back so he can die faster.
What?
What the hell?
Yo, so why they be letting these niggas on the podcast, bro?
What the fuck is going on, bro?
I'm lost.
That nigga said they put bees in Joel's back.
What? Cuz? Like, yo.
When Joel died, it was like, boom!
You gotta play the Last of Us Part 2, the director's cut, unrated supervision edition.
Yo, that niggas have mics here.
All I'm gonna say, bro, let me talk a little bit about that Eternals movie. I liked it, but I don't think they needed to do that.
What would you give it? What was your rating?
I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I don't want to think about it too much because they did some
shit that was
let me just say SJW rainbow flags type of stuff. And let me
make an announcement. I watched the first disc of the Zack Snyder 4K Ultra. From the first disc, I'm not going to say it's the best superhero movie yet.
Nobody's saying that. Is it better than the original? Is it better than Batman v Superman?
No, it's better than the original Justice League because that shit, it doesn't take much to be better than that one, to be honest with you. Like, minutes, it was better than that original Justice League.
Yo, y'all disrespectful.
That shit was stupid to me.
Nah, he's spot on when he said that, though. He's definitely spot on, though. Yo, you know what's the best
I gotta watch that
movie
before I get my full now. I gotta watch the part 2 of this before I say.
The greatest superheroes ever is Teen Titans.
Hey, fact.
The Defender. The Card Defender is better. Card Defender.
Yeah, the Card Defender is much better.
And be specific. The old Titans, not the new Titans.
Oh, okay. I was about to look at y'all funny, man. I was like, "What y'all talking about?"
You're
talking about the animated one, right? Not the live action.
Mind me asking who was that guy who you was debating? Because I never seen.
We named him. He's a random PC fanboy.
I thought his name was Marcus.
No, his name was. No, he didn't use that name, and he never confirmed that was his name when we were chatting.
I ain't gonna lie. I had high expectations. I thought he was gonna bring some fresh new perspective, but
I was hoping.
It went down the same rabbit hole with the anti-consumer shit. I'm like, y'all really don't know what anti-consumer means.
So, JayTech, tell me about the Wolverine game. It's gonna be an open world or what?
I don't know.
It's a Laughing World game. A Laughing World game.
I have no idea. I'm gonna let everybody tell you, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Eddie, it's going to have squirrels for enemies, people with 67 necks, a monster.
Hey, but one thing that you failed to mention, Somatic, the main boss is going to be a tiny kid that pisses his pants.
Goodness.
Yeah, and his face is upside down too, so it makes him hard to beat him up.
What the fuck y'all was talking about today, bro? Y'all some next shit, bro.
Y'all know I'm about to go to sleep right now. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Goodness.
Nah.
All right. It's all right.
Golly.
You do what you gotta do.
Oh, Yella, the last boss fight is Bicycle Guy. So
No, that was in the Somatic, bro. That was in the pre-alpha. The actual.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was the
final
pre-alpha.
boss is going to be Tiny Kid and the
tiny.
urinated draws.
Yo, what?
There's gonna be a scenario where Wolverine's wallet gets stolen. Right?
I'm so fucking done.
Give me back my wallet, bub.
No, listen. Wolverine's wallet gets stolen, and the enemy buys V-Bucks.
Yeah, and you have to fight every person that was in Fortnite. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough
And
one.
hey, check this out, Somatic. Cool thing I read upon. One of his costumes is gonna have boots with no laces.
And those boots give you all the weapons in Ratchet and Clank, so you can actually shoot in the game.
Bro, I'm so fucking done with you guys.
Hey, yo, Spartan, these dudes are high, bro.
Bro.
That nigga said they gonna have boots.
This dude said boots with no laces. But let's talk. Let's review the debate. I want to know what y'all thoughts were. The chat, Mr. Mass Produced, Vedger, Gregory, panel. What was like? He was trying to listen. I just want everybody to admit. As soon as he gave me the link, and he saw that I was reading it, he left. He tried to leave, and then he was talking all this dumb shit, and I was like, nah. Let me kick his dumb ass.
I kind of missed that part of the drawing because I missed that part when I seen he was reading the drawing and then he was.
No. I'm talking about the part at the very end. At the very end, he gave me the link. I was like, okay, so what link are you looking at?
That's what I'm saying. I missed some of those parts.
Okay.
Towards
Anybody else? Somatic, we go circle back around to you. Anybody else thoughts on the debate in the panel?
Okay.
I mean, it was a decent debate, and then when he started talking, where I chimed in, bro, I know he was just talking reckless.
Yeah, he was just,
yeah. So that's why I had to chime in. And again, bro, you know I don't be fucking jumping in these debates.
Yeah, I know.
I had to.
Did he get personal and shit?
The thing is,
when he said anti-consumer, I wanted to jump in, but it's not my
it was a useful team up, Yellow, because he wasn't trying to listen to what I was trying to say, and he was like trying to make it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about.
When you called him out, Jay, when you called him out, he said, "Well, you said I don't care 5 times. So if you don't care, why are we even having this conversation?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nigga.
Like I was, he kept saying it doesn't matter.
Hold on.
I don't care.
Here's the funny thing, though. He's the one who brought up. He's the one who asked for a debate, though.
I know.
He's the one who started and asked for that debate. I don't get why he brought that up.
It's a defense mechanism.
My thing, Yella, is I just got agitated with the anti-consumer. That shit doesn't mean what they think it means. If it's anti-consumer,
well, the thing that pisses me off is all games should be on all platforms. Is stupid.
You said the option. He defies anti-consumer by saying you have the option to buy it or not. That's up to the consumer. That's consumer friendly right there. If you want to buy a PS5, you can. If you don't, you have that option. That's not being anti-consumer if you have an option to buy something of your choosing. That doesn't make any sense when he brings that up.
They provide a product, they provide a service, they provide you with games. It is up to you if you want to purchase. Nothing about that is anti-consumer.
You might as well say Netflix anti. They got specific shows only for Netflix. If you want to watch Netflix, you gotta have to get it. But if you don't, you have that option. So,
bro, I ain't gonna lie, Jay threw me with a curve when that motherfucker started talking about goddamn Burger King French fries.
No. That was a real story, bro. Because I
know.
Listen, bro, this, bro. They have better toys than McDonald's a lot of times.
Listen, Jay. When I was listening to the podcast, the way that you rebutted that topic, which obviously came to fruition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I started laughing. I was like, okay, I see where this motherfucker's going with this. He's like, oh, my dinner's here. Got Burger King. I'm really not a fan of their fries, but after eating them, I'm starting to like them.
But listen, this is what he's not understanding. Okay, so if you think that is pro-consumer for Sony to give up the thing that makes people want to go buy their product, why shouldn't McDonald's give up their secret fries? It's pro-consumer, right?
It's the McDonald's secret recipe. It is the
Big Mac sauce
secret recipe. You know what I'm saying? It's just common sense, bro.
Just give away everything.
Fries was Checkers.
I know, but I was trying to use that to see if he would catch on. He was so stupid that he didn't catch on to a lot of shit. Hey, come on, man! It's copyrighted music, bro.
That's the one right there.
Hold on.
That's the one right there.
Hey, bro.
That's the one right there.
Hey, motherfucker, bro. That's copyrighted music. I'm gonna have to mute you, bro. Come on, bro. Nah, YouTube too sensitive on that bullshit. Thank you for only keeping that shit under 5 seconds. But please, don't do that shit again, man. Nah, we trying to get this shit up with no fucking notifications that WB wants to own my fucking shit.
This guy originated from. He's not from the usual.
He's not. He claimed that he came across my video when he was looking through YouTube. I don't believe it. He has the same talking points that someone had to teach him.
That's why I thought he was going to bring a different, fresh perspective.
He did like the all games on all platforms. Okay, they're on all platforms. You have access to the games. Which one are you buying?
When he you know what got me is when he said the games that
which one are you playing?
More, the games that he said single player when you brought up. Why didn't he bring up Red Dead Redemption, GTA?
Because on PC. There are so many major games that go by the wayside. It's not funny. You guys think. You do. Listen, hear me out. You think that people would know, but they don't. I was on Nintendo for a long time. I had no... Listen. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out, hear me out, Somatic. When I was a Nintendo fan, I had no idea Final Fantasy existed. Yes, gasp. No, I didn't.
What, nigga? How?
Because Nintendo 64 didn't have a fucking Final Fantasy.
Well, nigga, I knew about the shit.
That's you. But I was a straight Nintendo fan. There was no internet. I didn't see that shit on TV all the time.
He lives in the generation of information like
exactly. That's what I think people need to understand. That the PC community, right? If they are hardcore on that bullshit, they might not see some of these advertisements.
When you brought that up, that's the first thing I said. I would have said GTA.
But the thing, what was funny is he brought up Grand Theft Auto 3, so that showed his age of when he was playing. But he did skip every other exclusive that was on PS2.
I heard the part when he said he took a break.
So he's excited about God of War 2018, but he didn't mention God of War 3 or 1 and 2. I just... There were some things with his gaming history that didn't make sense. Okay, you have the PC, right? So you have the ability to get an emulator and play older games. See, with Final Fantasy, I didn't get the chance to play those on the N64, so I had to play them through the PSP. There was Final Fantasy 1 and 2 collections. It's on PSP. If I could show you. But I played 1 and 2. I ended up skipping the fucking 7. And then I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2. And then I ended up going back and playing Final Fantasy 10, 12, and so on. I made a way to catch up to see what I was missing. But he didn't even talk a lot about his gaming history. The games, like, if you go to play 2018 and you...
Not that much of a gaming history.
Exactly. What he kept saying to me at one point, he was like, why are you talking about God of War? God of War is it's been out for a while. I was like, I wasn't talking about God of War. I was talking about Horizon. I said Horizon's a new IP. So he admitted that he knows God of War is an existing IP, but he never admitted that he has history playing God of War.
He said he only played the current one in the 3, or he said something.
No, he said Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he never said I want to get God of War 2018 on PC because I had so much fun with the others. He says I'm getting it because they advertised that it's coming to PC. So you know it's an existing IP, but you didn't let us know that you're playing any of the other ones, or you have played the other ones leading up to this. It's just it was a lot of shit missing, and a lot of PC fans are the same way. It's weird when I look at it as the gamer that I am today. You know, God forbid I wish I didn't start with Nintendo, because I feel like I missed out on so much just being a hardcore Nintendo fanboy. But
what you missed out on?
The games that I wanted to play when you guys played. When you guys tell me the history. Yes, when you tell me your history.
Experiences.
You really did, bro.
I know, but see, I made a way to come back around to it. I made a way to play some of these games.
I couldn't hear what Sam said. What did you say, Sam?
I said you stink.
Damn it.
But long story short, I think a lot of PC fans just haven't played a lot of games. Huh?
Have you ever mentioned that Starhawk and Warhawk is the reason for Battlefield today? Have you said that before?
No, because I played. Okay. Well, I can give you credit. I can give you credit for Warhawk on PS3, because after Warhawk on PS3, I did play Battlefield. What was it? Bad Company 2.
Yeah, but you mentioned this before, and you are correct. That's literally was the foundation. Medal of Honor was the foundation for Call of Duty.
I do. I want to say one thing that I don't think I've never said this. Starhawk had this build and battle feature, and you could call down walls from out in the space, and they would drop down on the planet you're in. And these walls, you could kind of like situate where you wanted them to be to kind of stop the attack. It was a third-person shooter. You could get into a jeep. You could get into a flying robot thing. But these walls that you could call down from outer space to block the attack are very similar to how Fortnite allows you to build a wall. And I don't think a lot of people talk enough about Starhawk doing the one thing that people give credit for on Fortnite. Like, oh yeah, we know it's a third-person shooter, but how it gets the build.
Earlier?
No, I don't think I've earlier. Yeah, you said that, yeah. But it's just PS3 gets the short end of the stick of not getting enough credit for the games that they had.
Definitely said it. No, I definitely said that
because it was such a great system, bro. And again, it was a system that allowed me to play a lot more PS1 games, like what was it? Stargun? Not Stargun. Trigun? No, not Trigun. It was this RPG. It was a Japanese RPG, right? And it had a gun. Like, they were like Western.
Ocean?
No. They were like Western. There was like a Japanese RPG, and the main character had like a gun. It was kind of like a cowboy theme.
Oh, no.
Talking about Wild Arms?
Wild Arms! There you go. Yes, I love Wild Arms.
I don't even remember that game, bro.
Yeah, Wild Arms was dope, bro. And it had a nice run to it. I think
Wild Arms 2? No, 3 on PS2, bro.
Yeah.
Wild Arms 2? That was my shit, man.
I think the last Wild Arms was on PS2 or PSP.
Oh, you better have said that shit right, bro.
They had Wild Arms 5 on PS3.
They did?
Yes, sir.
Damn. Was it shit?
Wait a minute. How come I didn't know that?
It was either that or maybe it was PS2.
You said You said what? Wild Arms 5?
Yeah, 5. Main character had dark blue hair. He had like a khaki coat on.
You know what sucked though, Spartan? Why didn't they put a character from Wild Arms in PlayStation All Stars?
All Stars? Because they forgot about the game.
Yeah, I figured that.
Oh, well, you asked who sucked. I thought you were gonna say Kurt Angle or some shit.
Wild Arms.
Wild Arms 5 was on PS3. I didn't know that.
No, he said
I didn't even
5.
remember the game.
Did you say Wild Arms 5 or Wild Arms 3?
5, right?
Yeah, 3. No, 3 was definitely on PS2. 5, I'm pretty sure that was on PS3.
Yeah.
But it might have been.
Nah. It was PS2 game.
It was PS2.
It's still a PS2.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many games
I don't think they ever made it to PS3. Yeah, PS2 was the shit. PS2 was definitely the fucking king of gaming, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, dead ass.
Yeah, it was PS2. It was PS2.
Wait, you said PS2 was king of gaming?
I had a quick question. This is stupid, but if you buy an Avatar on the PS4, does it show up on your PS5 as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Even I know that. Look, I got all my PS3 avatars.
Why didn't let you buy avatars on the PS5?
You know what? I don't know why they don't let it. You know what? That makes a lot of sense, bro. They really don't. I've noticed that. I mean,
that's why I asked the question. It
that
just makes no
sucks
sense.
so bad.
They should steal that shit. They should steal that shit from Xbox, bro. The live knees, they screw.
Oh my goodness,
That is
man.
low
So
key
many
weird.
great games. So many great games.
They should bring back the me shit on the avatars for PlayStation Home that you could use on your PlayStation.
Bro, look, I don't think people ready for. I don't think they ready for that, bro. All I'm gonna say is, look, bro.
Bring back PlayStation Home, man. I need to go home.
Let me.
PS3.
Look, all I'm gonna say, I think that it would be unfair to the competition if PlayStation Home came back.
Spartan doesn't care, bro. Look here. Okay, first I'm gonna get my thoughts on the debate. Okay, first I'm gonna get my thoughts on the debate. I'll give it a gummy bear out of 10, right?
What does that even mean?
A gummy bear out of 10?
Yeah, what does that mean?
How many letters is in gummy bear?
Is that like a 10 out of 10? No.
That is a 9 out of 10.
No.
9 out of 10. Okay, I'm about to say, man.
You know why? Because if I couldn't kill somebody on your channel in the debate, you did it. So I'm happy. The reason why I'm not gonna give it. The reason why I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because I took off 1 point because I wasn't the one who did it.
Oh fuck.
So I give it a 9 out of 10.
I was gonna pay you $20 to debate this motherfucker.
Bro, it wouldn't have been fair. Look what I did to the other person, bro.
You know what, bro? The next debate, one of y'all debate. I'm tired of this shit.
Truity.
And I'll pay you $20 to debate.
Totally not to debate him.
No. Oh, I forgot I had a little baby cat in this fucking PlayStation Home gameplay.
You see, he told me not to debate.
He did. He did tell me. I did it anyway. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, but PlayStation Home.
I would do it. I would do it, but it's football season.
I know, but yeah, PlayStation Home was doing shit that I don't think a single game nowadays is even trying to do. Like the massive amount of like the hub world that they had and the fucking shit that they had, man. This shit was Spartan.
You letting ads play? You letting YouTube win? No.
You got to pay for ads to be off, and on a PS5, it kind of can't.
I just keep restarting the video till the ads don't play. I have a personal vendetta with that shit.
That works on a PS5 because it didn't work.
Yeah, I back out, click on it, back out until they don't play the ads. I don't care how long it takes.
I didn't do that. Sorry.
I am not giving them that satisfaction, man.
But yeah, we had this little tablet thing. You remember that shit on PlayStation Home?
Yeah, you got like a PSP.
Yeah. And by the way, it had reflection.
Now you bringing memories of you and Legacy when y'all used to be over there.
Yeah. And that shit had good reflections on it too. Like PlayStation Home has some damn good reflections. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it really was impressive.
The only reason I liked PlayStation Home was just to troll people. That was my favorite.
Why do cats have 10 backs? Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I told somebody to help me find this DLC gun in Uncharted, the M32 blaster. I had like 10 people to help me find it.
Oh yeah, it was good to troll people. I would just dress up. I got a video. I was dressing up like a vending machine and just standing next to people.
You stood next to a vending machine, bro.
Yeah, it's the good old days. You have virtual trophies in this game too, like from different things that you would do in different games.
You should not play games like Adam Universe because it disrespects PlayStation Home. Don't play games like Adam Universe. It's not good.
Who?
Adam Universe. Yeah, you. Yeah, don't play. I feel like you're disrespecting PlayStation Home by playing those games.
I didn't play them.
Don't acknowledge them. Pretend they don't even exist.
As somebody that is a veteran of PlayStation Home and supplied the community with tons of fucking content for this amazing thing, I had to go into those games to let people know how bad they were. Because everybody was like, oh, it's the second coming. I was like, nah, bro. It's not. And I don't know why they haven't canceled them. But they should.
They still got that shit running there.
Also, you got to like design your own apartment and put different like shit on the walls. Bro, PlayStation Home was really ahead of its time, man. I don't know how they got approved to do this pretty early on. It came out in the beta started in 2008. That's another reason why I got a PS3. The beta came out in 2008. Actually, I'm talking to a gamer right now about running PlayStation Home on my fucking laptop. And I might start doing PlayStation Home videos again because of the PS3 emulator.
You're going to need a 32.7 laptop to do that, sir.
I do. I have a 37.8.
No, not the Core 6.
I do have a Core 6.
Nope. No, you
don't. I got a Core 6 last month and I installed it.
The Core 6 from Dell 16? No, you don't.
From Dell 16? Yeah, I do. I have that.
No, you don't.
I have it in the corner over there. I have to install it.
JayTech, everybody, what games y'all playing right now?
Let me see.
I'm playing Returnal and Star Wars.
Yeah, so show Spartan God the Core 6 from M.265 so he can.
Yeah, what game you playing right now?
I'm playing Core Dot N69.
JayTech saying that you got
play too much.
We got JayTech Master Race over here, my nigga. What the fuck?
JayTech Master Race with cards over on the side.
I went to Battlefield to come out.
Yo, this nigga JayTech, sir. This nigga said they're gonna have boots. That shit still got me weak, man.
Oh, True Witty, I'm gonna get a 73 terabyte for my M.2.
What?
That's what I'm gonna do.
73.
Yep.
So, say JayTech, when I buy my PlayStation,
there's no such thing.
But you say
Amazon. You gotta go to the other Amazon to get.
You gotta go on the second floor. It's closed.
What you say, Eddie?
I say, can I use my 8 terabyte? I'm about to buy my 8 terabyte.
8 can I use it on my what? External?
Oh yeah. Can I put on my PlayStation 5?
Yeah. Your external can you can run everything.
Oh, I bet.
Just transfer.
You can copy your PS5 games on there too, Eddie. You could copy them and
save
space.
Bro, this game was so advanced for.
Because they just emailed me yesterday. They better restock the PlayStation 5s.
Okay.
Right on it.
Good shit.
On it. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Look at this fucking shit. They were ahead of their time, bro. These visuals were good for something that was free.
They were ahead of that time with that walking animation.
I don't give a fuck. It looked better than Fortnite. How about cats? Huh?
Well, I still need to see the M.16 that you got from Dell 16. So.
Oh, by the way, if anybody didn't recognize, I had the MAG outfit body armor for MAG, the video game, the first first-person shooter with one.
So you was trying to be Frank Castle from The Punisher.
Yeah, I was Frank Castle. The castle with Franks.
I don't like what you just said.
Yo, I thought I was the only one who was going to say it.
Jeff B. Gaming, you said you need a Forza 5 review. Actually, because we have a group here, we'll just appoint one of you. It'll either be True Witty or Boca Loca with the cat.
Bauer.
One of you guys do the Forza Horizon 5
Why
review.
can't you just give the project to Jack Bauer?
So who's doing the debates next time? You were saying me or Witty?
You're doing it. I'll give you $20.
You got to do
You
it.
say Jack Bauer schematic?
Yes, I did.
Here, I'm gonna mute so I don't.
Nice titties.
So JayTech, what do you think they're gonna show at the Game Awards? You think someone gonna be there?
These nuts.
Yeah.
Childish.
I think Sony gonna be there with something small. It could be something big.
I'm sure the new exclusive T-shirt, man. The last victory of death. That's the one I'm going to.
I can't wait for that game.
It never changed, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I think that Sony should be there. They got a full year, and it's definitely something else that we don't know about already. So it will be good for them to go there. But if they don't be disappointed because they have a time and a place where they have to show off stuff. So I don't know who's gonna be there, but I would hope that they go there and maybe show something. But I don't know if they want to. They've been doing a lot of shit on their own lately, Eddie. So they haven't been really going to.
What do they really need to show though? They got mad shit.
T-shirt.
I'm just saying that go there with something small. Don't go there with anything major. Go like a Sunset Overdrive is coming to PlayStation announcement. That will be.
That's not a small thing.
It is small. That's small.
I mean, they Japanese.
You think that's big? You think that's a big announcement?
Yeah, they Japanese. Aren't they small in general?
The people made Planet 8 don't. The people who made Planet 8, they're gonna be there. I heard, but I don't know if it's true or not. But
I don't know who's gonna be there, but he's definitely gonna let us know. But I don't know shit.
Was that Ratchet and Clank?
Give me 2 more weeks, and I'm pretty sure we are here. Everything else. Oh, look at that. They had
the camera around. I seen it. Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, we had Ratchet and Clank. We had Pulse. We had. Man, they really had all types of things.
You watch movies, or that was just.
Yeah, later on you were able to watch movies. They did
Crackle. That's what it was. It was Crackle.
They had Crackle's TV show.
Yeah, it was free.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank was right here playing on the big screen in the lobby. And you could watch gameplay of different games that were being advertised. I'm letting you know right now, bro. Home was definitely something special. I'm never gonna forget that shit. Met a lot of good gamers there. Trolled a lot of good gamers too.
Frank, don't hold you, bro. I met this girl through PlayStation Home. That was from Chicago.
I gotta charge my phone in 4% of an hour.
You got the Assassin's Creed dude right there.
I don't think I should tell this story.
Yeah, please don't. But
I think you should.
You gotta tell it anyway.
Yeah.
Tell the story, sir.
If it's too mature, please don't. I just leave the fucking stream.
No, just use Seinfeld words to block out the unmatureness.
I met this girl from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Now she told me she was 20, she was 26 years old.
Hold on, Spark. Let me do something real quick. Guys, this is it because this is not even a debate anymore.
This nigga will put a disclaimer.
It was really nice for him to have the balls to debate me, but at the end of the day, we found out that it was just certain common knowledge of gaming he just didn't know. You know, I understand that I was stuck over Nintendo for so many times that there were games on PlayStation I didn't get to experience, and it hurts me to this day. Sometimes I find myself going back and playing older classic games, but long story short, there was just common knowledge he just didn't know. And I can't excuse that, especially when he wanted to be a smart-ass PC gamer and come in here and try to tell me something or teach me something that I already knew. So again, if you're one of these PC fanboys that think you can debate me and tell me shit, make sure you know your gaming history and your knowledge, you know, because again, exclusives have always been around.
Don't talk without information.
Yeah, exclusives have been around. Like, why do you think they made Returnal? Like, Returnal might have not sold a lot, but they made this game to sell the system.
One thing I want to say, I'm surprised you didn't call him out for the what was the shit, man? It was just in my head when you called him about when he said something about the game. What was it again? It'll come back to me. I'll go ahead.
I'm just stuck on how he has a PC, and that nigga did not mention Cyberpunk. And that's what most of the sales for that game.
I know, right?
The nigga didn't mention The Witcher, which is the place where that game sold the most. Like, bro, he could have listened.
No, you know why you shouldn't be surprised? You know why you shouldn't be surprised when he didn't mention The Witcher? He started off with the flight simulator. That to me was the downhill shit. Like he's
not a real gamer.
You talking about a flight simulator as the first game you bring up? Nah, man.
He's not a real. As I said, he's not a real gamer. Because
when I heard Among Us, bro, I literally had to exit.
When I heard Flight Simulator, I was like, man, all hope is lost now.
Yeah, once I heard Flight Simulator, I was like, all right. But then I heard Among Us, and I was like,
man, said all hope is lost.
That was it.
I mean, it is truly like, come on, really, Flight Sim? That's the first thing you can bring up. Like, why not bring up Black Desert on PC? Like, you could have brought up that instead of the Flight Simulator.
You could bring up Counter-Strike. You can bring up everything, man. You can bring up Dota. You can bring
anything is better than Flight Simulator. You know what I'm saying?
Because League of Legends had legit.
Flight Simulator is not a game.
Yo, League of Legends legit sold well over 10 million in 2 years, bro. Like when that shit first came out. Dota 1, never mind Dota 2, because that shit sold more. 1, my nigga, was not popular for at least 5 months, and then that shit got traction on PC. How the fuck you didn't mention that?
What's that game though?
Because he doesn't know. Because he doesn't know as much as he claims he does.
He mentioned he has an Xbox because you see his Xbox ID. What's the game on Xbox shared with PC? My nigga, PUBG you didn't mention. That shit had over 30 million sold, and that shit sold 10 million on Xbox alone. And less
but that was multiplayer.
You could have mentioned that.
I said single player.
Oh,
but But yeah, like I said, Cyberpunk you could have mentioned, my nigga.
Oh, it was just the games that he brought up. He didn't bring up the prominent PC games.
Hey, bro, he could have brought up.
Was there anything you remember that you were about to say, Somatic?
I'm trying to remember. He said something that I'm surprised you didn't
Because I
call
was
him
catching
up
a lot of stuff, but I let like 4 or 5 things go because I wanted to try to stay in one section of the debate. Because I saw him trying to move around, and I was like, you know what? Let me just let him talk, and then we can just go back to the
But you locked him in when you said single player games. That wasn't kind of fair.
Because, it was fair because the whole thing is, if more games are on more platforms, it sells a lot. He came up with that logic.
No, Jay's right. It is fair because what is being ported to PC? It's only single player games.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's only single player games going over. The only game that has multiplayer that's going over is Uncharted 4. But for some mysterious reason, they don't even give you the ability to pre-order the game, and they have not confirmed if the multiplayer will be included.
Yo, speaking of sales,
it might just be the story.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You really know what's crazy? Before that debate, right? We were talking about sales numbers. Sony not giving out sales numbers. Lost Legacy came out in 2017. We never really got numbers for that either, and that was 4 years ago. I always want to know how much that's sold because that kind of went under the radar all of a sudden.
That was one of my most underrated games because that was a good ass game.
It was better than Uncharted 4 to me.
I would say certain aspects, but not as a full game.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Chloe got a fat ass.
That's the reason. That's the reason.
Okay, you got me on that one.
I'm actually happy they gave her ass back. When they took it away in Uncharted 3, I was pissed off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do y'all remember Uncharted 3 Chloe versus Uncharted 2 Chloe?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck did y'all do to Chloe, man?
They gimped her because they went Elena. Because literally, everybody cares more about Chloe in Uncharted 2, my nigga.
Oh, you remember?
Elena got thighs now. Like, she got a little shape on her, too. Like, especially if you see the costume in the multiplayer. She got something, but Chloe is just... Yo.
Chloe, I'm sorry, but Chloe all the way. She's just all the way.
You're not alone, bro. Most of the Uncharted community says that.
That was a big thing. Yeah, I remember. That was a big thing.
Yeah, like, I mean, look, Elena is a good wife and all, but Chloe is where you really want to be.
Wait a minute. You said single-player games only, right?
Yeah, single-player games only.
I'm trying to think of a Ubisoft title that's so fucking that much. What? Assassin's Creed.
I was going to say when you brought up the
Assassin's Creed, my nigga.
When you brought up the multiplayer and all the games, I thought you was going to bring up the Assassin's Creed selling majority of its own shares on the PlayStation as well. When you brought up that,
like bro, like how much
Assassin's Creed did a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly all its sales come from the PlayStation. So that when he was bringing that up as a thing, I like that's the
look. I set a lot of traps and I want him to fall for it, but he didn't. He didn't say Red Dead. He didn't say Cyberpunk. And I was looking. I'm looking at it like, bro, wait up. Why do you stick with Star Wars? Why are you sticking with Star Wars?
Where he sent you the link.
I have a better question. If he mentioned all of this debate shit, why has he left the chat, bro? He left the chat literally 53 minutes ago. Why you left?
Oh, I kicked him out.
No, in the chat. He's still there.
What chat?
The YouTube chat. Why
he went back in the chat. He went back into the YouTube chat.
Yeah, A21 was his last comment. Read the article, and then he's gone. I'm like, bro.
No, because he knew that I was going to put the article on screen that it wasn't actually at 10 million. It was at 8 million. He said that was the specific article that was at 10 million. And so I was like, send me the article. And then when he sent me the fucking article.
Bro, most of Ubisoft games have sold 10 million. I've not all of this shit, bro. He could have mentioned the Assassin's Creed games. Like he was not thinking. And that's
he crazy. He was not ready for the debate.
No, because if I could have went up against JayTech, I would have mentioned that, but he could have just said those games are trash.
Again, the whole point was to make sure he knew his gaming history. He didn't. That's the whole point. It's things I knew that he didn't know, and that's all I wanted to test him on. I was like, bro, I wanted to show everybody this is the PC community. They don't even know the games that are currently available.
But he had an Xbox, bro. He could have mentioned Halo 3 because that shit's so.
He did. He did name Halo 3.
They call him a casual.
But that was an exclusive game, bro. I told him multi-platforms because he says if more games are on more platforms, and he did start talking about day and date as well, the games will sell good because they're on more platforms.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't believe that's true.
Well,
because if Sony put 3 games over there and you're not interested in any of the 3, you get 1 game, you're interested in it, but okay, I don't know what that's all about. You're interested in 1 game that hasn't came out, but then you can't name any of the other games that are currently out.
I don't know where to get this shit from. They're just always PC dudes who have an Xbox that say that shit. Oh, if these games go day and date on PC, they'll sell better. Nigga, what about your own games? They can't even sell on your own system, let alone PC. PC carrier. So how the fuck can you tell me if they go day and date, they shit will sell when they shit is selling without being on PC? You seen what God of War did in 3 years.
You know what I wonder? You know what I really do wonder? I wonder this. Did the Xbox community finesse Xbox, or did the Xbox finesse their consumers? Because here's the thing, they didn't when it comes to Game Pass. Because here's the thing, they didn't buy no games, and guess what? They created Game Pass, so they didn't have to buy games, but they still got the games in the service that they didn't want to buy in the first place. But I look at it the other way around. What if Microsoft only made the games look bad, so they didn't buy the game, so they can actually create Game Pass, so they can actually they don't have to do a lot.
I believe they did finesse them, but I don't think they believed that these type of things would happen.
That's actually a really good question. Like did they? Now I'm thinking about it. Did they really? So they don't have to keep up putting out games like PlayStation, like expectations for them would be lower, so they can create a Game Pass. Instead, they focus on smaller games so they can have time to build more games, actual big games. I think they did that. I really think that's what they did with Game Pass. They basically used that to buy time. I think that's what they did, and I kept saying that shit to sit around 2 years ago. I think they did this all to buy time because once Phil came out and said we're not going to show games 2-3 years away because he didn't have any. Then he showed games that were years out, like Hellblade, because he had a game now. Starfield, we still didn't see shit really, but like even what's that game? Contraband. All those Bethesda games we see at E3
that's coming out next year, by the way.
Coming out next year. How all of a sudden you got games?
Redfall.
And Redfall, how you got all them games now all of a sudden? But just a while ago you said we're not focusing on big games. Now all of a sudden you got big games. This show.
They did this during the Xbox generation. Remember? They left out the original Xbox gen and they got started on the 360 gen so they could launch early.
Yeah, and have games for it. I remember.
Yeah, but they can never get away with Sony because Sony is never gonna let them launch early ever again. So even though they tried to pull that okie doke, it didn't work because Sony was on their ass.
I think they could do it again. Honestly,
I got the best gun in the game. Got the best gun in the game again. Thank goodness.
They could do it. They launched before Sony this time, but it was only 2 days. I think. Don't wait. The Xbox Series X anniversary is in 3 days. I think. Yeah, November 10th, and then the PS5 is the 12th. They launched before Sony 2 days early, but they still lost in sales. I think they can launch a year before again. The problem is when. Because technology is keeping up now. Now it's this shit is too expensive. They got the latest AMD technology in their system. So yeah, honestly, I think they can launch ahead. But they know they're going to miss out on shit. Too much technologies are available, Jay.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do that.
That's why they didn't rush the That's why they didn't rush the Series X.
You know the one thing I don't like about Returnal is when you beat the game, like when you do the secret ending, the house disappears. I wish the house was still there and I could walk through the house.
No spoilers, bro. I already finished the game there.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, I wish the house was still there, man. The house looked beautiful. It was beautiful inside too. They really did good with this engine. I think a lot of people don't understand the Unreal 4 engine. They did really good with this. I can't wait to see what they do next time. Another reason why I picked up Star Wars is because I kept using a sword on Returnal, and it reminded me of a lightsaber.
I want to know how Knights of the Republic is gonna look, bro. I gotta see how that shit's gonna look. After
they better have a Celine fucking skin, bro. Celine is just the best fighter. I'm just gonna fucking say that.
You know what?
Put this bitch in I don't give a fuck. Put her in something. Put her in Fortnite or Fortnite 2 or Fortnite 3.
Why she gotta be a bitch though? Why she can't just be Celine?
She is.
Bro, Sony did a nut punch when it came to stop Knights of the Old Republic.
I think that the nut punch is definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna be the other game. Sunset
Overdrive. It will be Sunset Overdrive, dude, but right now
you wanna know why? I know Knights of the Old Republic is a nut punch because of the history, but I think a game that people actually played and want a sequel of is Sunset.
So what if Sony comes out with the game? So what if Sony came out with the Game Awards and instead of Project Awakening, that shit is Scalebound with the name Scalebound?
Oh my goodness!
It's awfully like Scalebound, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Imagine that, bro. That would just be cold blooded. That shit is amazing.
The internet would literally hate Sony. I'm sorry.
I think people would hate Sony. Yeah, I think they would. I think Microsoft would be like, "Wow, really, nigga? Like, come on." We already honestly. I think they should rename Project Awakening Scalebound. I really think they should. It looks
it does. To a degree. It looks to a degree.
Like a little bit of what's the shit with Dante and
Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I got essence of Devil May Cry. But it looks like Scalebound, bro, my nigga. To be honest with you, like the opening scene we seen with Scalebound, with him fighting little dragon shit, the same color, the same stance, everything. The character looked like that nigga Cloud from Final Fantasy. With just like a Kazuya type haircut. I think they should. That would be a bigger blow than fucking Sunset Overdrive. Nigga, I would hate Sony for that. No idea.
Nigga, I think Sony would hate Sony for that. Sony would, what did I just do, nigga?
I think Sony would be like, yeah, we gonna be petty. But then after that, they're probably gonna be like, damn, now we actually gotta make the game.
Now we actually gotta make the game. Oh, gee.
Yo, I honestly think that would be a bigger blow for them to do. For them to come up with that shit and it's called Scalebound. That would just be disrespectful.
Spartan, you think I can get the platinum tonight? Because I only got one more fucking glyph. When I find that shit, that'll be it.
No, I know you could get the patent. I just think you gotta end the stream, stop talking to all of us, and get into that mode.
I'm in the mode. I'm just gotta find that shit now.
Yo, Trudy.
That's all I gotta do is find that shit, bro. I
actually want them to do the shit. I actually want them to do it.
Yo, if they did that, bro, I swear there will be a lot of Xbox niggas like foaming at the mouth, bro. They'll be like, yo, what the fuck? They'll be like, Bill Spencer, what did you do?
Honestly, I think that would cause the most. I think that would do segregation in the community. So actually, nah, I'm gonna take the idea back. I don't think they should do that.
What game?
That'll ruin the Sony acquiring the rights to Scalebound. And do the game.
But let me ask you a question: Does Microsoft still have the rights?
No, that shit is abandoned. The IP is abandoned.
Oh, Sony should definitely do that. Because Microsoft is about to start doing this shit a lot now, bro. Like, oh fuck, I didn't look at my phone.
I kept saying that.
I didn't look at my fucking phone.
What, she called in?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I heard in his voice, he like, yeah, damn, I fucked up again.
No, I didn't fuck up. You guys fucked up. I'll blame it on you.
Blame
it on the
Spawn.
alcohol. Yeah,
Blame Spawn. Easy.
Tell her I was going through a traumatic breakup and I needed somebody to talk to.
She probably watches stream. You probably you watch the stream.
Okay, that's it for me. The debate was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed that guy getting destroyed. It wasn't my intention. I was just hoping he would know certain shit, and he didn't. So that's really what these debates are all about. Proving who knows what and why they know it and how they know it. And he lied. He lied about the sales being at 10 million last year when in fact they were only at 8 million last year. So yeah,